This is educational, not trading or investment advice, okay? This is entertainment, mainly educational. Future stocks, bond trading of any kind involves substantial risk. You may lose everything you have. Before trading or investments, do your own due diligence. This is not a recommendation to go out and trade with your money, okay? If you do so, you're on your own. If you're watching or listening to this video, you are agreeing to these terms. Okay, let's get to it. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Digital Micro. You're on the Digital Micro Trading Journal channel, day trading for an ROI payout. Just my trade journal market analysis, Friday, November 17, 2023. We do have a minor news catalyst, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard. I do rule-based price action trading, my daily affirmation. I see it and understand. Rigid discipline and rules, flexible in outcome expectations, independent thinker, impeccable risk manager, precision-based trader, responsible business manager. And here we are on the left with the ES. So you clearly see 5 days worth of price action, and only one of them on the CPI. This large green candle has been a robust handle range move. All the rest of the days have been very truncated, short range days. And of course, we've had over 5 days of air gap over this 9 EMA. On the right, what we've got is the dollar, US dollar. And you can see here, we had the decline of the dollar. We're just bouncing around here, a major fair value gap that was created right here on the low of this candle wick and the high of this candle wick. So we can't even get into that fair value gap with the candle bodies on the rest of the days after this was created. So that's just showing you the inverse relationship. ES stock index here, dollar here. It's right. It's completely inverse, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just really nothing's happening this week for day trading opportunities, and we've got a holiday next week. So may not be a good time to do too much action until we're maybe in the first week of December, possibly the second week. So I'm going to take it super light. No expectations for Friday, but let's go down and look at the levels, because we basically have a 28-30 handle range on the ES, and I want to just talk about the levels above and below. Next chart. 1 hour ES. So what we've got here is New York midnight open, 45.2850. London open at 45.27. And we have a breach of relative equal highs that were 45.2950. The next level where we've got liquidity is 45.3650, and the next drawn liquidity is 45.4125, right up here. So what was that? That was the PPI number where we had a premium candle wick go up here. So that's been the high of the week so far, and we could be destined to go up there. Above this, what do we have? It's the previous levels I pointed out, 45, 55, 25 by 45, 71, 50. Now, if we don't get there this week, there's a possibility with the holiday week ahead of us that we get there next week. So getting back to this chart right here, narrow range here. I switched this to regular trading hours. This is real important because you can see how we closed the previous day's session well below this inversion fair value gap, and you can see prices way below New York midnight and London, and we're down here. So we're going to gap up if price doesn't really go down between now and the RTH open. This is a pretty significant gap up. So hitting this buy-side liquidity pool up here at 45.3650 would be a big deal. And the idea would be, do we retrace back down into New York midnight and London, and how far down can we go? So I'm going to go back down here to Globex trading hours. The below, let's talk about that a little bit. So below here, we have a high, afternoon high of the previous day of that comes in at 45.24.25. And then below that, this red line, I marked that off because that was a tough level the last day and a half to really have candle bodies close above. So we're really above that now by 45.20, definitely. But if we go below that, the previous day afternoon low, that's after the lunch hour, 45.0650. So that looks like a tall order right now because that was the low of the afternoon. And then sell side liquidity I've got residing under 45.02, and then way below that we've got a 1 hour fair value gap. So I really don't see that necessarily happening on the known events on the schedule right now for news releases. I don't see the catalyst yet, but anything could happen, right? So that price on this fair value gap 1 hour, the low of that. So that's in between the low and then November 14th, the CPI Tuesday RTH open was 44.8650. So again, I'm just covering lows and highs. And here we are. Let's get back to where we are, where the next buy side liquidity level is this 45.3650 and then 45.41 for the week. So that kind of wraps it right here. It's not been a real easy environment after Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and here we are Friday, Globex. It's really a truncated range, and you've just got to really pay attention to the levels. So these lines in blue are the levels that I'm watching first, because that was, again, London and New York midnight, and then again the lower buy-side liquidity pool that we're above right now was 45.2950. So that kind of wraps it. I'm just going to cruise into Friday, do a lot of tape reading, not a lot of button pushing. That's the plan, and see what the weekend brings on news events, and then see how we open on Monday. Take care. Shout out to these subscribers and the people that like. I really appreciate your support for the channel. Aloha. Bye-bye.